Welcome, everyone, to Mizpah's Becoming a Father series presented by the Boiling Point Podcast. This is part 12 of the series, Mizpah's First Father's Day. Make sure you give us a follow, give us a like, share us out, and leave us a comment. If we get enough comments, we will talk about them in an episode or do a special episode with the comments. So feel free to do so. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. Just search the Boiling Point Podcast and you will find us. Mizpah, it's just past Father's Day. It just happened about 2 weeks ago, I believe, from when we were filming this. Right?
Last weekend, I think it was, but yeah.
Yeah. So how was your first Father's Day? This is getting a lot of
honestly, it was a little strange. Like, to give you an idea, the Breeze decided to take me out to a nice dinner to celebrate Father's Day. And while we were out, like, everybody was, happy Father's Day, because, of course, we had Sammy with us. And at first, the first couple of people that said it, like, I guarantee I completely cold shouldered them.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it. Like, it wasn't clicking. Oh, wait, it's Father's Day and I'm supposed to be celebrating. Like, it didn't click.
Yeah.
Until it did. And that was, oh, wait, they're talking to me.
Yeah. So I'm sure that was quite an experience when it finally hit you.
Yeah, then I kind of sat there for a minute and just kind of let that sink in, and it was like we actually had a conversation about how my whole life I had spent celebrating Father's Day the other direction, like getting things for my dad and spending time with him, and same with everybody else. And
yeah, let's actually
I'm on the receiving side of that.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because as long as you don't mind that I bring this up, if you do, then we can always cut it out. You just recently lost your father, and that's something that we both have in common. We both have lost our father. Mine has been more than 10 years ago now. Yours is a little more recent, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Yeah, so yours is a little more recent then. And this is your first Father's Day being a father. So did that weigh on you at all? Did you think about that at all?
Yeah, definitely came into my mind. My dad was, something that I was thinking about, like, pretty much from the time I had woke up. I knew it was Father's Day, and I was thinking about, all the Father's Days that I had celebrated with my dad and things that we had done. We'd go fishing, we'd have cookouts, things like that. And, all the good times that we had. I was definitely missing him. I was wishing he was here to see what I had going on, and
yeah,
but it wasn't like I didn't feel sad about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I was kind of in a similar boat, with my nephew. I mean, he's not mine, but I helped take care of him and stuff, and it was definitely different being, there for someone else. That was definitely a unique thing to experience. And I'm sure it was even more for you because you're, actually Sammy's father. So I can only imagine how once that realized on you, even if it only was for a minute, how it must have been overwhelming, at least for a moment.
Yeah, it was. I'd gotten a little choked up, and then, we had some funny moments. Like, we started talking about all the, when we're kids, the gifts that you get your dad.
Yeah.
Like, the tie, even though he doesn't wear a tie to work. And
yeah.
The pens that say, world's greatest dad. And,
yeah.
The 17 coffee mugs that.
Yep. And since she has an Uncle JD, I will definitely, you can assure that all of those 12 coffee mugs will have the Boiling Point Podcast logo somewhere on it. I'll have her over here at 6 years old designing stuff for the storefront. Absolutely.
But yeah, it was, so we had some good laughs about that. And anybody who's watching this, I challenge them to think about, all the gifts they had gotten their fathers for Father's Day, and look back and laugh at some of the things. But
Yeah,
it was good memories.
yeah, that's good. So what else? You guys, the breeze took you out, and Sammy went with you, obviously, because people were wishing you a happy Father's Day. How was is that the first time you've been out to a restaurant?
No, I mean a nicer restaurant. Yeah, we've gone to the diner and things like that. But
Okay.
we haven't actually gone to a relatively nice restaurant for a good while.
Yeah. How was that? Talk about that experience.
I mean, it felt good. Like we used to do, date nights
out of the house, right?
Yeah, like we used to do date nights where we'd pick, a nicer restaurant, maybe once every, like usually paydays, for when it was just the two of us.
Yeah,
and we hadn't done that in almost 8 months.
Yeah,
and it felt good. It was relaxing. It was.
And Sammy participated well for it.
Oh yeah, she was great.
Wow. Well, that's
awesome.
Good news. That's good. So you're encouraged to do it again. It's the second time that'll be. Oh no, you said you've done it a couple of times now. How has she been good every time you've taken her out to a restaurant and stuff?
She's usually good. Yeah. I mean, if she starts getting a little hungry or something like that, she might get a little bit fussy towards the end of the meal. But we try to prepare for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I had talked about in the previous episode, when you leave the house looking like you're planning on never coming back. You've got backpacks and diaper bags and walker and
Yeah, you guys come over. When you guys come over, it takes both of you, and you still have to go back out for the kid yet. You know what I mean? Like you both bring stuff, and you're like, John, can you come down and watch the kid in the car while we take the stuff in, and then we'll be back for her.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, that's you're traveling around with a big luggage. Absolutely.
We're blessed with. I mean, she's such a happy baby. She really is.
Yeah.
She's always smiling and talking, and
I will say, if I can share a story, I took her. No, I didn't take her. I mean, but you guys let me give her a ride. We took a ride outside for the first time just the other day, or was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was. And and as soon as we got out of, I think she thought I was taking her away from you guys, because we got down to the end of the driveway and she was not having it. She was not having it. And then the breeze came down and took a walk with us, and then she was fine. But yeah, she was definitely, I think she thought we were leaving you guys or something, because she was not having that. She was screaming her little head off before we got to the end of the driveway. But then, the breeze walked, and then she was fine, and I think she enjoyed it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, she likes going on rides with you.
Yeah. So, what else? What else on Father's Day then?
I mean, that was pretty much it. The breeze was nice enough that she gave me, a few hours to the house to myself for a little bit. She had to run down to her dad's, obviously, and do some things there. So, I decided to stay home, and I had a little bit of me time, which hasn't happened in a very long time. I almost didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, I'm sure that was, yeah.
Then I kind of sat there for a minute. I was like, man, it is too quiet in here.
Whenever my nephew's away, it's 15 minutes, and I'm like, what's it's too quiet. What's happening? Where's he at? So yeah, I can only imagine you were probably stir crazy. Didn't remember what to do when you were by yourself. What do I do with myself? Yeah, I'm sure that
it was interesting.
Yeah, that was something. I'm just picturing Mizpah standing like from a security camera point of view, him standing in the middle of the living room with his hands on his hips, looking around the living room, scratching his head, then putting his hands back on his hips, looking around, trying to figure out what to do. So I think I can picture that pretty well, and it's pretty humorous.
Uh, it's not far off.
Yeah. So you got a little quiet time. Not that you did anything with it, probably, other than just be like, okay, what do I do?
Well, I took the time to decompress a little bit. You know, I
Yeah.
watched a little TV, played some video games, mowed the lawn.
Yeah, that's definitely not. Yeah, that's not. That's not. At least you got.
Honestly, I don't mind mowing the yard. Like, if you think about it, you only have a couple of real thoughts to have to worry about. Turn left, turn right, turn around.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not one to mow the grass, but I
So
could see. I could see how you're right. And raking the
yeah,
grass. I'm not a big fan of raking the grass either, but I
I
do.
don't. I ain't getting into all that. The grass turns into fertilizer when it dies. So
We'll see. Our neighborhood, it would be quite noticeable though if we just left it. So, well, we usually bag it up. But anyway, that's my life, not yours, and we're here to talk about your life. So you had to, when the kid's away, that's when you get the mat grass mode.
it was just one of them. It was a nice day out, and I was done playing video games, and there wasn't anything good left on TV. So
It was good. You probably got it before the rain came in here. We've had a couple of days
yeah,
of rain here in Pennsylvania. So, all right. So first Father's Day was a good one.
it was. And like I said, it made me think about all the Father's Days to come. I look forward to those goofy little things that I was talking about, like the pencils and the ties and the rubber balls with "World's Greatest Dad" written on them, and
Yeah, you probably be a couple of years for that yet, right?
yeah, I figure probably like 4 or 5 years.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So, but yeah, at least you get to you know what I'm looking forward to about the series Mizpah is this December when you have the baby or the baby's first birthday, but the baby's second Christmas, the baby's second Father's Day. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm looking forward to about this series is looking at the episodes that we shot from the first ones and then looking at where it is in the second ones and then the third ones and you know what I mean, depending on how long this series goes. We were talking a little bit about that before we started. That's what I'm excited about. I want to see where we're at next Father's Day, you know.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I had when we talked. I had said about wanting to do this because it creates almost like a video log of sense.
Yeah. And you get
So
that too. So yeah, not only do we get it, not only does the podcast get it for content, not only do our viewers get to see it and get to watch an experience with you, but then you get it for future. In the future, you can go back and look at anything, or when she's old enough to understand what we're doing. You could show it to her and be like, "Hey, this was you. We this is your first Christmas. This is when we talked about your first Christmas." I think that's I didn't even thought about that. That would be pretty cool too. Yeah, that would be pretty cool too. And her first appearance, maybe.
you never know.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, she already had that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other episode, just a couple episodes ago, we got her on for the first time. So yeah, I guess we already did that. But I mean, her first time where she can actually talk and speak to us.
Her first appearance of her own choosing.
Yes. All right. Well, I think they're going to call that one for this one. This is part 12 of Mizpah's Becoming a Father series, the first Father's Day. Look for us every other Thursday. Really release every other Thursday. By the time this one releases, we should also be releasing them on YouTube. So on YouTube and on Rumble, you'll be seeing them every other Thursday. I'm still catching it up right now, but when this airs, I'll likely have it caught up because we don't have any strikes on YouTube now for at least a minute. So Look on Rumble, rumble.com/C/The Boiling Point Podcast, all in lowercase letters, and youtube.com/@The Boiling Point Podcast. You can find us, and we're on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a share, leave us a comment, and visit our storefront, bonfire.com/store/The Boiling Point Podcast, and pick up some apparel. The American Cross. Mizpah has his coffee mug. You can pick that up. And Marcus Fredrickson is going to play us out. Check him out and his music out. ReverbNation.com/Marcus Fredrickson. For Mizpah, I am JD, and that's the end.
Good night.